Hi there, I'm Don D. Eckert with Mid-Continent Irrigation and welcome to Tech Tips. Today I'd like to show you how to set up your end gun settings on a computerized panel. This happens to be a Select 2 model. It's very simple, only takes a few minutes, and you'll find after watching this video more or less anybody can do it. What we'd like to do is remind you of a few things as you do this to simplify this job. First thing is you want to always remember to draw a picture first if you can at home or even out in the field like I did for this field here, and you'll find that it'll simplify matters extremely quick. First thing we want to do is draw a picture of the field, which I did here. In this case, we have a road on the east side, a road on the south side. We always put 0 degrees north. I drew a picture where we're going to turn the end gun off where the road is here on the east and the south side. You'll see that by the pieces of pie that I've shaded in with a pencil. You also notice we have other parts of the field where the end gun will be on. To simplify this, we do have to remember that when you set up these parameters on the display, we always do it in a clockwise position. Always a clockwise position. The pivot runs in reverse. The computer will automatically know that and reverse these numbers so the end gun will always work, shut off, and come on properly. So the first thing we'll do is set our picture up here close by. We're going to start by getting to the panel. We're going to hit up the setup button. It shows options up in the screen. I'm going to zoom in on this so you can see it a little better. There we go. Now, first thing we want to do is hit the setup button. We'll hit select till we get to options. We'll hit select again. We got stop and slot. We've got forward position, reverse position, and here we have end gun 1. First thing we want to do is look at our map and say end gun 1. That's talking about the first piece of pie in our field that we want to program. We're going to call this the first piece of pie here, the larger portion. We're going to want it to come on at 200 degrees. I'm going to hit the minus button here, or the plus button, either one. It says end gun 1, the first piece of pie. We want it to come on. We're going to make that number down here a 200. We can either hit the plus or forward button and march that thing to 200. I'm going to start with the minus button. We'll head for 200 degrees. The more you hold the button down, the faster it will go. And there we have 200 degrees. End gun first piece of pie will come on at 200. Okay, that's going to stay on until we get clear over here to 70 degrees. So we're going to hit the select button again. It'll say end gun 1, meaning the first piece of pie. We want it to go off at 70. I'm already at 200. I am going to go backwards down to the 70 mark. And it doesn't matter which direction you go, whichever is closest to 70, you can go that direction. So we hold this minus button down till we hit 70. There we are. End gun, first piece of pie, will be off at 70. Okay, now we want to go to the next piece of pie where the end gun is on, so we hit select. It says end gun number 2 piece of pie. We can hit plus or minus. I'm going to hit the plus button. We want it to come on right here at 110. We're already at 70, so we'll simplify things and go plus, change that number to 110 degrees. And we stop exactly on 110. It shows us on the screen the end gun's coming on. Second piece of pie at 110. The next step will be we want the end gun to shut back off at 160 degrees. So I'll hit select one more time. It says end gun, second piece of pie, off at 110. We want to change that to 160. So we hit the plus button and march that number up to 160. And there we have off end gun setting number 2 at 160, which would be right here. We can hit the select button again. If we got irregular shaped fields or fields with building sites in it and we need it off in different locations, we can continue to program this panel so your end gun will be off or on at different locations. It's as simple as what we did now. We just add more pieces of pie. End gun 3, we're going to leave it blank. It comes blank from the factory, along with end gun 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All those positions we can have up to 9 different pieces of pie in a field where the end gun will shut off, and that can be from 1 degree all the way to 359 degrees. When we're done with all this, we can hit the I button. We are back to the display we normally have when we run the pivot. I am now going to check to see that the parameters we put into this panel are still there and what we want for actual running. So we go back, we'll hit setup. I'll hit select a couple times till we get to end gun 1. We have end gun 1 on at 200, that's what we put in earlier. We hit select again, end gun 1 off at 70 degrees. We want it to stay off till it comes back on at 110, so I hit select again. It says end gun 2, 110. We hit select again, end gun 2 off at 160. And that's all we need. It's that simple. Now when you run the pivot's running clockwise. The end gun will shut off here by the road and continue to stay off till it gets to 110 degrees. The end gun will come back on and it will be watering out in here until it gets to 160. It will stay off till it gets to 200. Then the end gun will stay continuously on all the way around this field until we get back to 70 degrees. And that is your tech tip for today. We thank you for your time. If you have any other questions concerning end guns or anything having to do with irrigation and valley pivots, please feel free to call our office at 727-9373. Thank you.